It's just shy of 6:45 here on Wednesday morning. Dr. Daniel Thurtle with Sanford is joining me this morning. Good morning to you.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Are you cold?
Yes, it is a little chilly this morning.
North Dakota, but let's talk about, it's this time of the year where we've got what we're talking about behind us, vaccines, immunizations, specifically for your pediatrician, so for kids. Kind of talk about what you guys are seeing right now and kind of that big message this time of the year.
Yeah, so as the weather changes, people go inside and go back to school, we definitely see a rise in respiratory illnesses. That's a group of illnesses caused by viruses. They cause that congestion, coughing, difficulty breathing, and fevers. The most common of those are generally flu, RSV, and COVID.
And what are you seeing right now the most? Maybe something different from other years that you're seeing this year?
Yeah, you know, these things always come in waves every couple of years, and we're seeing a lot of walking pneumonia right now. So what that is, it generally causes fevers for up to 7 to 10 days at a time, coughing, just general fatigue. We're seeing it a lot in the clinics, but also in the hospital as well, which is why we always recommend that even if you think it's a virus and your child has a little bit of symptoms, at 5 days of fever, you should probably take your kid in to the pediatrician to be looked at.
And it's a message, you know, we talk about every year, you guys talk about in schools, or whether it's you guys put out a press release, but what can families do? What can kids do? I know it's basic hands washing, you know, cover your mouth, but you know, maybe it's the same, reiterating those same couple of messages, but anything new that you want families to focus on?
Yeah, so actually in the last 2 years, there's been a huge breakthrough in children's health. We have immunizations against RSV disease. So RSV is the #1 cause of hospitalization for infants every year. And in the last 2 years, we can now protect our youngest babies who are at the highest risk for severe disease by immunizing either mom in the last trimester of pregnancy to make her own antibodies to pass on to baby, or if mom can't or didn't get immunized against RSV, we have injectable antibodies available for children that protect them in the first 6 months of life.
And I think a really big thing is younger kids, oh, I'm afraid to get a vaccine, I'm afraid to get poked. I'm still to the day, you know, getting a flu shot always sometimes scares me. Ease the stress for families, ease the stress for young kids watching, or who may be watching this later.
So what you need to remember about vaccines against respiratory diseases is that they really prevent severe complications. We have a lot of data on this. We know that flu vaccines actually decrease pediatric deaths by about half every year. So that probably saves us at least 1 death in North Dakota every year.
That's crazy. And we're up here and it's really cold, so I know viruses are going to happen. The seasons change. We're in that middle area right now between that late fall, you know, into winter, and you know how winters are up here.
Yep, and especially as you head back inside and we all gather for the holidays with new babies and grandparents who are always at the most risk of these diseases. Exactly as you said, immunizations, hand washing, hand sanitizers work great against respiratory illnesses, all of those things.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Hopefully you gave us some good advice.